Well, Rockstars, it's time we revive our very first dinosaur. Alright, so we have everything we need to actually get some DNA. We got Tyrannosaurus and Pteranodon, but we're not prepared for those cages yet, so we're gonna get something else. So let's grab our petrified fossils, a water bottle, which I guess we actually need more of because they consume the water bottle. There we go, 6 more bottles of water should be plenty. Oh wait, we need more glass tubes probably too. Were those made out of panes, if I remember correctly? Yeah, there we go. Those all have water. Do the glass tubes need water? I feel like they do, but we can always come back. We need some more light in the center. Maybe like some glowstone in each of these corners or something. We'll figure that out later. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this. We should put the fossils in here with a single bottle and extract. Yeah, but I can only do these one at a time unless I want to set up multiple machines, which honestly doesn't seem worth it. It's not like it's a super slow process. It's just a little particular. So we're going to do this a bunch. For this one, we throw in, it's the regular tube, right? And then we put the amber on this side. Oh, do we put the amber here and the tube on this side? There we go. That works. Okay, let's go ahead and we can keep this fossil section up there. We're going to need a lot more bottled water there. So now we can combine the bone marrow plus the blood extract that will give us our actual piece of
bingo. Dino DNA.
For our dinosaur. There we go. What did I need again? Amber that goes up here. It's really, really weird. There we go. So extract that. And what did we get? We got Triceratops. I think I know which one this is, but I don't know how to say its name. And it's another big boy, I'm pretty sure. So not something I think we're ready for. Let's just continue to see what we can get out of the current fossils that we have. We have 15 more amber, so we do have plenty. Let's get ourselves another DNA. And this time we got Triceratops DNA. There we go. That's a really good one to start off with. A herbivore. It won't need a super amount of space because of the size, but it will still need a good area. Let's get the last blood that we have in here with some bone marrow, and let's see what we actually are going to go ahead and get just for this last one. And I think we got another velociraptor. No, that's another Tyrannosaurus Rex. All right, we'll store all of that away for now. Now we actually need to make this into an actual DNA machine and whatnot. So we have more machines to build, basically. We still need to make the egg fertilizer, the egg incubator, the egg fabricator, and the actual cultivation tank. But it's good to know that we have all of our DNA and stuff set up and ready, and we have our choice of dinosaurs to begin with. So I guess let's just start with the egg fertilizer. So we need tube, redstone, hay bale, and iron. Okay, most of that's going to be pretty easy. What else do we need? More glass, hay bale, redstone, and iron. More glass, yeah, same thing, except we also need a petri dish, which is just 3 more glass. Then we need a water bucket, glass, and redstone. So as long as we have enough redstone, glass, and hay, I guess, we should have everything we need. All right, well, I only have 1 piece of regular glass left, so we're out of sand. That's a disappointment. I don't have any wheat or hay or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to either find some or farm it manually, which does not sound like a good time. I also don't have a whole lot of redstone, which is gonna be problematic when we get to the actual cage building part. Sadly, we didn't see a village on the way up here, so there's no easy hay bales. So honestly, we might actually have to end up growing our own food, which we're gonna have to do anyways, I guess, because we have to make the food for the actual animals and farms and whatnot. I guess that's something else that we should work on today, or at least prepare for. So yeah, that's gonna be problematic. We're gonna need a farm. We're gonna need animals to feed the other animals. We're so close to bringing dinosaurs back to life, yet we're also so very, very, very far away. We might as well grab basically as much sand as we can while we're here, because we're gonna need it for more machines as well as glass tubes for the dino DNA. So I don't want to run out anytime soon. I guess we should just break some grass up for wheat seeds, unless we can happen to find a village and get a bunch of hay bales. We're gonna have to make a wheat farm anyways, because we're gonna need to have infinite cows so we can actually, feed our dinosaurs. So we're gonna need to be able to feed the cows to make the infinite cows, and we're gonna need wheat farm and stuff like that too for the herbivores and everything like that. So it's not like we're not gonna need all that wheat and whatnot anyways. I'm gonna look around for a little bit close by, see if we can find ourselves a village to save ourselves some time and energy to start off with. Well, sadly, the lack of a village was oh so prevalent, and so that was a problematic situation for us, but at least we've got, oh, I'm out of coal. No, we're out of coal. What am am I to do? We're gonna waste the wood. That's exactly what we're gonna do, because I don't feel like going to get coal. So let's go ahead and split the sand up and start smelting all of this down. All right, we do need a bucket of water for the actual crafting recipe, but I still have to make the farm since we couldn't find a village. So I guess we put it back here, and we're going to need to fill this in so it's actually usable. Now we actually have a base area we can start farming, so we just gotta till all the land. This should be enough to get us started, and hopefully if we actually keep up with it, it'll be a little bit before we actually have to expand past this to keep up with our food necessities, because we're not gonna have a full park right away, so it will give us time to expand our farm as we go. We also cannot forget to put some torches up because, well, we are right next to a snow biome, and technically these can freeze. Get this up, as well as it will provide some light protection from mobs spawning on top of our house. And time for the most tedious part, getting the farm actually up and going. Luckily we have a little bit of bone, so we can get some bone meal to keep this going, but I mean, that was 37 seeds, and that's not even half of our plot. That's not even a fourth of our plot. So we should get 18. I thought it was gonna be 12 bone meal. I think it's best if we just focus on one at a time. There we go. And that let me do 4 pieces, nope, 7-ish pieces. We at least have 22 more seeds. Luckily, we're not gonna need the wheat right away for much, but we still need a decent amount. And I think that should be everything we need. Actually, we just need to make a petri disc out of glass, and our glass should be finished smelting by this point. So a petri disc is just 3 across, so we'll make a few sets of these real quick. There we go, 12 petri dishes. Now we are just waiting for our farm to catch up because we need enough wheat. Well, luckily this won't take too long, and thanks to the magical power of editing, you guys get to skip it. So let's go. All right, we should have enough hay yeah, we should be able to make enough hay bales out of all of the wheat that we've collected so far. So there we go. Actually, we need one more. Now we can start working on everything we need. So the egg fertilizer, we can make that pretty easily. Up next, the incubator itself, we have that bad boy. And then the embryo fabricator, that is pretty solid. And the last but not least, the cultivation tank cell. So that's 4 brand new machines, and I hope they look good because right now they're gonna sit here. Ooh, that's a little small. There we go. They're not too big. Feel like this is supposed to be first because we put, I'm gonna guess, this in here naturally. Yeah, and it doesn't naturally go into any of these machines. It does go into egg fertilizer, but that makes sense. So yeah, for use, we need to put eggs in here with our blood vial that we've created specifically. Then we go into the egg incubator, then the embryo fabricator. Okay, so I had it in the original setup properly. So fertilizer, incubator, fabricator, tank. Which means at this point we need more than just our cow and pig farm and whatnot for food, or sheep or whatnot for the actual animals themselves to feed the dinosaurs. We need an egg farm or a chicken farm so we can actually get even eggs to make the dinosaur. All right, we're just getting our very first dinosaur today, right? So let's just focus on getting some setup. Next episode we'll focus on all the farms, building, and the animal farms and everything that we need to do that. But before any of that, I'm going to need more seeds and chickens. Now, while cows don't spawn in Cherry Grove biomes for whatever reason, I know chickens should. Every other mob should. So we should be able to find chickens hopefully close by, because I don't want to drag them up this mountain. That would be a real pain in the butt. Come on, little chicken army, I just have to lead you back to safety before it's nighttime. Hey, I didn't even see the baby chicken before, so we've got a nice little herd here. But this is gonna take a minute to get them all the way back to the house, which sucks. But I mean, luckily I don't have to drag them up the mountain, so that is the positive note. All right, chicken, I only have 2 seeds, so make some more chickens, I guess, and I need you to start producing eggs. Actually, that's kind of the only thing we're waiting on at this point, is for these guys to start producing a few eggs. But I guess that means we can start working on the actual enclosure itself while we wait. So what do we need? We need light fence posts, electric fence, fence base, the electric fence light, a lot. So what about the base stone? That's just cobblestone. There we go. That gives us a lot of base stone. Now this base stone turns into the fence base. So I think we just put this in here like this. That gives us the fence bases. All right, so we have a little over a stack of the fence bases now because that's really easy. So next up, light fence posts. So we just need iron for that. Luckily, we have plenty of iron. So there we go. So we take these and we have a little over a stack of the actual fence post itself. Moving on to the light electric fence wire is what it seems like. So we need redstone and more iron nuggets. So, and that gives us our light electric fence wire. I feel like we're gonna need a lot more than that. Okay, we also need the electric fence light if we want to be fancy, I guess. So we need orange and blue stained glass. So orange we can get from a torch flower. Oh, orange tulip or red and yellow. And then blue is from light blue, which we can get with blue dye, white dye combined, or a blue orchid. So I guess we're gonna go out and searching for some flowers and stuff. And we have one egg. I guess that one egg is enough to get this going, right? So we put egg in the Triceratops DNA in here, I believe. Fertilize. Oh, that's a cool animation. There we go. So that gives us a Triceratops egg, which we can now throw in here and press incubate. Is this gonna be a quick process or does this take time? Because it took time on the old one. I wouldn't mind it. It seems super quick. Ooh. So wait, Triceratops spawn egg. Wait, what? Wait, it just gives us a spawn egg? Am I missing something here? So we incubated the eggs. What about embryo fabricator? So that put the DNA in here with whatever that is? I actually don't understand this part here, but okay. That's really strange. So does this literally just gave me a spawn egg? That's so weird. What? So wait, hold on. Can I just throw, if we take the Pteranodon, I can't just throw this in here, right? I need whatever that other thing is, and I don't even know what that is. I don't see it anywhere. All right, well, we have the spawn egg, I guess, so we'll hold that. I'm gonna get the orange and blue flowers. But yeah, if we already have the egg from the incubator, what is the point of the other two machines? Is that how we get aquatic dinosaurs? Are aquatic dinosaurs in this? Is that we combine certain DNAs? I am really unsure if I'm being honest. Oh, here we go. We got a nice cornflower, so we have blue dye. This should give us white dye from the azure berry. That gives us light gray dye. Ooh, that's not what we want. We do need the poppy and the dandelions. This is where EMC would be useful because we're going to have to keep doing this and it's going to be quite annoying to recollect everything over and over again. All right, so we've got some white dye. There we go. We can throw that in here with this blue dye and that gives us the light blue dye, which is nice. Now we can grab our glass panes, which are in here. And from what I can tell, it seems that specifically, oh, I don't have enough redstone. Oh, well, I'm going back to get redstone because we're gonna need a bunch of that in the future for future fence crafting anyways, so we might as well get a bunch of that now. But it seems like there might be a mixosaurus or some sort of mixed dinosaur between DNA and a specific item you need to make that fabricator work or whatnot, but I don't know what that item is. It shows something in the recipe book, but I can't find it anywhere in JEI or the listings of the mod items. So I guess we'll figure that out whenever we get there. If it's mixed breed dinosaurs, that way down the line, so I'm not super stressed about it. All right, let's make our pretty little lights here. We'll just make a few of those. We've got 30 of those, so they took a lot of our redstone and stuff, but we won't have to make them for a little while. I need a little inventory space. I don't see no eggs, chickens. You are meant to produce egg-a-woonies. Produce your eggs. I need to steal them. Also assuming we're gonna need a lot more of these wired fences, so let's just go ahead and make, I guess, the rest that we can. So yeah, now we have a little over 2 stacks of the light electric fence. And I guess it's time to build our very first enclosure. Pretty sure I'm gonna need a shovel. I will need food for the dinosaur as well. So feeding containers, just a chest and iron. That's really nice. Now I guess we just gotta decide where we're gonna put this very first exhibit. I mean, it's right here in the open space. It wouldn't be a bad place to start. Yeah, I guess we'll just start right here. Now, I don't want it to be a square either, because that's boring. So let's try to make some sort of fun design, I guess. Pull this around this way right here. Okay, we have to clear out this little section here for a little bit. And the only thing I found super annoying about the cherry blossom biome is all of these pink petals that are all over the ground. It's basically just another block that we have to break. Now, this isn't going to be super massive, but it's also because I do plan on expanding at some point later on because we're going to have multiple dinos of the same version. There we go. That doesn't seem all that bad of an area to start off with, so we can go ahead and clear this out. And, of course, it's becoming nighttime. Ah, why do you hate me? Oh, wait, I guess I don't want to clear all this out. Crap, because we want grass. That's annoying. Okay, so let's just get the outing area surrounded in the actual fence block so we can go ahead and put these bad boys up. We can fill everything in back with dirt that we mined out that didn't need to be mined out with dirt. I was like, oh yeah, we need to clear out this entire area. No, we don't. We just need to put the blocks down so we can put the fence up. We don't have to mine out a big hole. At least I hope not, because in the old Jurassic Craft mod, a big hole with the fences was usually better. All right, well, we did end up making it symmetrical, and it's a little smaller than I initially expected, but let's put this in here. I just realized there's no direct system to get in and out of these enclosures. We might have to design something for that. The fences look nice, but there's already wiring up on them, so I don't know if the wiring specifically becomes electrified if we make what we're going to make with these. So how do these, that just adds it to, did I not need to make these? And a little over a stack was not enough. Well, at least we know we need at least 3 to 4 stacks more if we get rid of these. So are we supposed to use base connections instead? So we throw this up instead? Oh, okay. So I think, yeah, that's really, really not nice. Nausea? So that's how it works. Okay, that makes more sense. So what about the corners? Do they follow cornering properly? Can we can't. Oh, look at that. That's super cool. Actually follows a proper like angle and everything. Okay, so we've got some redesigning to do real quick on this because that way I don't have to use nearly as many fence posts, which is good because I about wasted a bunch of iron crafting them. Now I still have to waste all the individual blocks that I place on each of these. Like these won't connect even though I put this here and here. I have to put this here, but that's still cool. I love that it connects at the angle. That's really, really neat. I'm glad I don't have to give separate power. They're just naturally already turned on, which is super nice, which I mean I guess isn't realistic, but it's nicer on the equipment and all of our resources that we'll need. I don't have to put up like redstone power or generators or anything like that. Alrighty, so this is, can we put this here and it's not going to cut us off? Because ow. Place, there we go. So we can still walk under it. So this will work as a doorway for now. I hope it's not a big issue. All right, so our feeding container, I guess we just put that down in the center. We'll throw a little bit of wheat in here, or what? Only works with a feeding station on top. Oh, so I need a feeding station as well. Feeding station is a dispenser and 2 iron. Okay, okay, I guess we'll make that. And now we put the feeding station on top. Wait, what? That's weird. Okay, so we put the wheat in here. Wait, only works with the feeding station on top. So how do I put the wheat in or food in? Can I put any food in here? This doesn't seem, I'm super confused. All right, hold up. Maybe this works like if it's in the ground. If it's on top, I guess that would make sense. So if I put this here, put this here, there we go. And then, I mean, what if we toss wheat onto it? That doesn't seem to do the job either. Well, good thing this is our first round for testing and whatnot. So Triceratops. Oh, we just get a full-fledged Triceratops. There's no baby form or anything. Okay. So do you like wheat? You eat wheat? Hello? No? Okay. I'm not sure about that. Does one of the books have anything on food? Because that could be useful. I don't want these guys to starve to death. We've got our first Triceratops. That's cool, but is he going to stay? Well, he should stay. He can't get through here. I love the look of the fences in this version of Jurassic Craft. This mod does it really nice. It's just really, really clean. Like a lot of the other ones are clunky, or they just take such an incredible amount of resources for an electric fence. I don't know if they can break them though, because like old Jurassic Craft, they could break through fences and whatnot. So it's gonna be weird. This one's all about vehicles, and this one's about bugs and the rails. So yeah, that doesn't do anything for us. So I'm not exactly sure how the feeding system works. Maybe they need a different type of food. Let's make a piece of wheat. We have seeds. Yay, eggs from our chickens. It's about time you guys produce something useful. We have 5 eggs. Yes, actually making progress on that. Okay, buddy, let's see. I wonder how can we feed you? Okay, right click it. Yeah, you made a noise. I see that. I can't put food in here for you, buddy. Can I put no wheat, no bread, no meat? Nothing's going in here. I don't understand. if maybe it's broken. I mean, a lot of the other mods, and I've used a few Jurassic Craft mods in the past, they sometimes have a broken feeding station. It usually seems to be a weird issue in these mods. Well, hopefully you don't starve to death, but Rockstars, otherwise, we've got our very first dinosaur. It is super cool, and it's kind of the perfect size for just a single Triceratops. We can always expand when we add more Triceratops, but overall, that's pretty cool. We got our very first enclosure. So make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe down below if you guys all did enjoy it, and I'll see y'all next time, where most likely we'll expand upon this, getting more Triceratops specifically, and actually creating the farms to feed our dinosaurs, if that is actually necessary, because I'm assuming it is, but I don't know right. But that's all for next time. So until then, I'll see you next time, Rockstars. Peace, peace.